I am the greatest.
I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass.
You won't do shit. Just stick and move. And waking you up and saying, now stick and move. Keep your hands up.
Welcome to a new episode of the Stick and Move Fighting Podcast. Today, we are going to be talking about the whole buzz with Ryan Garcia versus Oscar Duarte and the reactions. I've been hearing a lot about his defense, how he did, and how he could do against people at, 140 or, the guy looks big. Anyways, and we're also going to cover, we're going to do a top 3 best KOs in boxing. So this is my host, Trey at Stick and Move Podcast, and it's me, Sam, and we want to get into the show. We'll start right now.
All right, guys. So excellent intro right there. Ran a little technical difficulties on my side. So if things look a little awkward, we apologize. But go for it, Sam. Tell me, what did you think about the fight? And is it true? Are you following along the hype that Ryan Garcia may be the new face of boxing after Canelo hangs it up? If you believe Canelo is the face of boxing. Talk to me.
Look, right now, I just saw the fight, bro. And I got to be honest to our viewers, bro. I got to be honest to our fans, and I got to be true to myself.
Talk to me, bro.
But for me, bro, Ryan did not look good at all, bro. He did not look good at all, bro. His head is still being wide open. His defense was whack. I don't know what he was doing, completely turning his back on the fighter, and then complaining about getting hit in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Dude, he needs a lot of work, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to hide anything from anybody. I mean, I like the kid. I want to believe in that kid. I hope he turns it around, gets better. But if you compare him to like Teal, Haney, Tank, maybe Shakur, bro, those guys are real boxers. Great defense. Technical fighters up and down the board, bro. And Ryan Garcia, to me, bro, looks like, man, I mean, I hate to say it, guys. I hate to say it. I am really rooting for him. But, man, it's a hot mess with that kid, bro, in my opinion.
I agree with you wholeheartedly that he does need a lot of work. But what I will say I saw in that fight that I actually liked is that he looks comfortable at his new weight. He belongs, in my opinion, at 140. Hey guys, Trey here. If you love today's controversial episode and you want to see our channel grow, please drop a like, subscribe, and also comment. Sam and I are always going back and forth with those commenters on our controversial topics and opinions, and we love it so much. So go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe, most importantly, so our channel can grow and we can give you guys the best content as possible. Sam and I were always uploading multiple videos a week, and we want to continue doing that, and we need your help. So go ahead and subscribe, guys. And most importantly, like I always say, don't forget to stick and move, baby. That is his zone. He looks good. He's filled out. I always see him at 130 or 135, or even in his amateur. I watched a lot of his amateur fights, which, by the way, him and Haney fought all the time. Haney took the majority of them, but they were pretty equal. I mean, I know amateurs score differently, but when I saw Ryan Garcia fight this past weekend, I didn't mind the controversial subject, the shoulder roll. I think he is compensating for those flaws. You saw, I think, I'm sorry. I think he learned something from the Tank fight a little bit. And he started covering his body a little bit better. I think that was the purpose of the shoulder roll. You know what I'm saying? So in contrast to what you're saying, I agree with you. He does need a lot of work. He needs to learn how to keep his glove up. Wow. He needs to learn how to keep his glove up when he's throwing those hooks and those jabs. But other than that, what I did like was I think he found his weight division. And I think he could do better than what you think. Go ahead.
Look, I agree, man. What there was something I did like about Ryan. Two things. One, his speed is still there.
Right. At 140.
You know, dude. I mean, the dude's lightning fast. The speed is there. I'll give him that. And number two, there's a little more dog in him.
Right.
There's a little more dog in him, and I like that. How will he fare with bigger punchers at 140? Dude, he looks big even at that weight, bro.
He does.
Dude, he looks like a giant. Will he? But that, bro, I'm hoping that defense that he has carried on so far in his career, and you know, with Eddie, what's his name, the Saul Canelo, Canelo's his trainer, Eddie Reynoso. Now Derek James. He had Joe Goosen, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, if he is born with that, bro, sticking his head out like that, then he's gonna run into a lot of problems.
Let me ask you this question. I mean, I thought he controlled the fight. I could give maybe 1, maybe 2 rounds to Duarte a little bit, but I just like the new look. Okay. I know a lot of people are criticizing that shoulder roll that he was trying to do, but look, man, at the end of the day, it is effective. And in my opinion, bro, look, Duarte is a classic Mexican trained boxer style. You know what I'm saying? Head hunting for the most part, lean forward, just standard combinations. It's a perfect fighting style if you want to get, I guess, dirty and start brawling. The antidote to that style is the Philly shell shoulder roll. You know what I'm saying? The parry jab. You know what I'm saying? That is the antidote to that, unless Duarte has great power to the body, which he didn't, because let's face it, Ryan Garcia filled out at that 140 position. You know what I'm saying? If he was back at 130, 135, I think those body punches would have been more fatal to Ryan Garcia. I think that would have been he would have been susceptible to bringing his guard down to protect his waist even lower. And Duarte, we could have seen a different fight. But because Ryan Garcia filled out, he adjusted himself to that shoulder roll, and it's effective. And I'll say this, and I want your opinion on this. You and I had a top lightweight episode where we asked, is Tank the #1 lightweight a few months back? And I ended up picking Shakur Stevenson as my #1 overall lightweight. And your argument was he hasn't fought anybody. I actually think, this might be a hot take, that Ryan Garcia, if he gets better than what we saw, and he will, besides the glass jaw, if he could protect that with that high shoulder, I think against Shakur Stevenson, it could be a more competitive fight than you think, because Ryan has that quick jab and that quick hook that if his defense picks up a little bit, I think he can outpoint Shakur. You know what I'm saying? So what are your thoughts on that? You think that's too much of a hot take?
No, bro. You know, people might think we're lunatics here for saying this, but out of all those opponents,
right?
You know, I think he matches up better with Shakur.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I it's because of the output that Shakur throws is not much, and I think that Ryan could control that and see those punches coming, in my opinion. But because I don't know about Shakur's power, I don't know how strong he really is,
bro. I don't think so either. I don't think he has that power to hold off any kind of boxer. I know it sounds like I'm backpedaling from him being my #1 a few months back ago, but after seeing him, and let's be honest, Stevenson is not as active as we would like him to be. He's losing that momentum to be that top tier fighter that can be the face, which we're going to talk about in a minute, of boxing. I just don't see the power. I've been watching a lot of his fights. Yeah, he can stiff jab you to death if you're a forward leaning fighter like Vargas and like Duarte that we've seen with Ryan Garcia. With that kind of style is a match made in heaven. And let's be honest, for a lot of the top tier fighters like Lomachenko, Haney, Ryan Garcia, Tank, they're not fighting each other. Shakur, they're not going to fight each other. So they're going to the second tier below them, and they're looking fantastic below them. You know what I'm saying? So against that higher tier, I'm not saying Ryan Garcia is that top tier, but he has, if he could fix those little glitches that you're talking about, I think he could reach that echelon, and he would be a match made in heaven for Shakur. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that if he fixes that defensive problem, bro, you know,
Yeah.
not throwing those left hooks and leaving his head wide open. I can't believe he's still doing that. That
Right.
disappointed me. And if he could fix those problems, and I think he could handle Shakur, bro. As crazy as it sounds to some people, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because I think that Oscar Duarte would have given anybody
Mm-hmm.
problems in the lightweight division. That dude was a
Mm-hmm.
little tank, bro.
Right.
That dude
Right.
was solid. I mean, he was solid. And honestly, right now, I cannot. I have to see something more to give Ryan Garcia any type of, you know, face of boxing type of, I just can't. I
I
can't.
will
Go ahead.
go ahead. I will say this. I apologize. The way he's been carrying himself outside the ring, you know, is I like that maturity. Before he was very reactionary. If anybody said anything bad about him or his opponents or his fights, he would act like the YouTube child that he is. You know what I'm saying? But now he's kind of reacting with a good sense of maturity. He even said that, you know what, Canelo and I put everything aside. Canelo and I are great together now. You know, that's his sense of maturity. You know, going into his adulthood. He's finally getting his man body, I guess you can say. But with him being a YouTube star, Instagram famous, or whatever you want to call it, and boxing feeling like it's transitioning to a YouTube sport, I hate to say it. You know, if he could fix those little things, and I think it's going to take a little bit of time, I think he could carry the mantle for being the face of boxing. I'm not saying he's going to go undefeated from here on out, but De La Hoya lost plenty. He was the face of boxing for a while. You know, it happens. Pacquiao lost plenty of times. He was still the face of boxing. Muhammad Ali lost plenty of times. He was the face of boxing. In other words, what I'm trying to say is, like, he doesn't have to be perfect. He has a microphone and he knows how to use it. You know what I'm saying? So, you have any thoughts, lastly, of Ryan Garcia before we move on to that topic at hand?
I got to see more. I got to see
Yeah.
more of them because I'm sorry. I mean, we all got our opinions, and my opinion is if he doesn't fix that defense, he ain't gonna last long, bro.
I
That's
think
about it.
he did. I know he called out Teofimo. I know he called out Haney. I think he needs to, fight the lower tier guys for a little bit, to work on that defense. And then, we'll see in about a year or 2 or 3 if he's ready for the next level of fighters. So
He's gonna
let's
he's
not
gonna he's gonna fight Rolly next.
right. And Rolly, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Even though Rolly
yeah.
said he wants nothing to do with them. But okay. So if Ryan Garcia, in your opinion, is nowhere near the face of boxing, who is? What happens what if Canelo today says, you know what, guys, I don't feel like boxing anymore. I want to be a golfer. I want to spend time with my kids or whatever. And he just hangs it up. Remember like Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard, they would always retire every couple of years and then come back, and we're like, all right, who's the new face? What if Canelo decides to do that, even though he's running out of age? But who can carry the mantle for Canelo?
I got 2 or 3 people in mind,
Talk to me, bro.
and you're probably not gonna like it, but if things go as planned, as they want, as the way the fights that they want in front of them goes planned, there's 3 people. There's 3.
Talk to me.
I would love to say Devin Haney, but there's
Okay.
just too many people that hate on Devin Haney, and it could be
Right.
because of his dad. I don't know, but a lot of people hate on Devin Haney. So I don't know if he'll ever get the chance to be, even though I got him as one of my top 3 pound for pound fighters right now.
Right. Right.
I would have to say David Benavidez.
Okay.
I
Talk to
would
me.
have to say David Benavidez, especially if he beats Canelo. If he doesn't fight Canelo, if he takes down Bivol, takes down Charlo, fights better beef, win or lose. I think that right now, bro, everybody loves David Benavidez, bro. From all walks of life,
Mm-hmm.
from all all Americans, bro, from all
Right.
over the world. Also, people all over the world. I
Mm-hmm.
got him as being that potential next face of boxing if he beats Canelo, or if Canelo ducks him and he fights Charlo, beats Bivol.
Right.
I got him. I would say Bud, but the only reason I can't have Bud is because he's getting too old.
Yeah. He's too old
He's
already.
getting
Yeah.
too old already. All right, so here goes my final one. My
Talk to me.
final one that could be a face of boxing is I'm gonna have to say but like I said, you said it earlier. They're not taking chances and fighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, man. You're gonna hate this. The face of boxing, I would have to say it would have to be I'm gonna have to say it. But of course, if he fights Shakur, blah 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 blah. If he
Talk to
fights
me.
him. I can't say anyway because he doesn't speak the language here. Um Tank Davis.
Okay. Okay.
Tank Davis. If Tank Davis, bro, gets the fights that he wants, and he gets to fight 135s and goes and fights Shakur and gets the Haney fight or something. But I know
Yeah.
Haney's already going to like 140, 147 or so. I don't know. Anyways, but those are the guys that I think have the chance to become the new face of boxing. Is David Benavidez, Tank Davis,
Mm-hmm.
and who else? There's one more. I can't think of. Are we gonna really say Ryan?
Well, look, Ryan has the appeal, right? I'm not saying that he is the boxer that these guys are, but let's say he spends the next 2 to 3 years cleaning up, but doing well. Like I said, he doesn't have to win these fights. Let's be honest, bro. Him and Tank Davis, whether you want to admit it or not, or you want to say it was because of Tank or it was because of Ryan Garcia, they pulled in over 1 million pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? That is Ryan Garcia. Look, most boxers don't know who Duarte is. Most boxing fans, probably even boxers also. And dude, that arena was filled out, brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the pay-per-view numbers are right now, but it was still filled out. I remember going on X, I guess, not Twitter anymore. And bro, it was like lit up with Ryan Garcia this, Ryan Garcia that. They couldn't believe the shoulder roll. They couldn't believe that the clean knockout that he had, the behind the head punches that Duarte was doing, and so on. Ryan Garcia has that pool, bro. Him with the combination of Tank Davis, I can see why you chose Tank Davis, but Garcia, man, I mean, look, I know we live in that era. You and I've talked about it 1 million times. If you don't have an O on your record, you are not a great boxer, no matter what. You could go 99-1. That one loss overtakes the 99 wins. But look, let's just be honest, man. Ryan Garcia has that pool. You have any thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. He has the followers, bro. I mean, he has the followers. I mean, the tickets sold when he fought Tank because of him.
Right.
And I mean, the guy brings a crowd with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I get it, but like I said, I got to see him beat or he has to beat some good fighters. You
Right.
cannot be on a huge losing streak and be the face of boxing.
Mhm.
You know, you got to win some, lose some, and win some with great champions. What about Boots Ennis if he gets a chance to fight Bud and beats Bud?
I'll say this in relation to Boots with Benavidez. Look, bro, Benavidez is living on Canelo coattail. If Canelo takes the fight or even avoids it, that is Benavidez marketing right there. Not that the fact that he's a great fighter, is that it all depends on what Canelo wants to do. Okay? If I'm not mistaken, with him and Andrade, they only pulled over 70,000 pay-per-view buys. 70,000. I mean, granted, a lot of people are hacking it. I understand that, but that's for every level. That's even UFC fighting. You know what I'm saying? Most of those UFC buys are also underinflated because people are just ripping it off for the most part. But look, bro, what happens if Canelo doesn't want to fight? What if Canelo has like a moment where he's like, I don't really care anymore. Like, I'm just tired. You know, I don't care what they say about my legacy. And he just calls it quits. I don't think he would, because that's not Canelo that we know. Then what is Benavidez going to do? Yeah, he could fight Charlo. He could fight Bivol. Maybe better be in the light heavyweight division. But I don't think people really care about those divisions as much as the lightweight division with Haney and everybody. And
Yeah. Hold on, bro.
talk to me, bro.
Hold on. It's because
Talk to me.
you're now. This is where I think you're getting it a little. What's the word?
Talk to me, brother. Talk to me. Hit me, bro. Hit me.
Not bias. I don't know what the word is,
Yeah,
bro.
well,
Bro, oh, only Mayweather.
mhm.
It's one in a generation, bro, that
Okay.
can do numbers that Canelo did, bro.
I agree. I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying? You know, right now, your question to me was if when Canelo retires or, blah, 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 he's the face of boxing now. We all know that. And he leaves, who's going to be the next guy? Dude, who is it? Nobody's going to match Canelo's numbers. And
Okay.
not right now.
But
Because if
that's
you're
the whole
trying to
point,
get,
though.
yeah,
Go
but
ahead. Go ahead.
but you're trying to get an answer from me that doesn't exist.
All
Because
right. So go ahead and talk
you
to
know
me,
what I'm
bro.
saying. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. You're trying to tell me spot the next superstar. I can't
Hmm.
spot the next superstar because I see flaws in all the guys.
Let me explain something, bro. Now, you and I've talked about this off the mic.
Mm-hmm.
Canelo, bro, something happened where Canelo catapulted, right? When Mayweather dismantled him, right? Even though it was a split decision, and I agree it should have been 3-0 Mayweather all the way
Mm-hmm.
down with the judges. Most fighters would fall back in line, okay? But when he went up and fought Triple G was the boogeyman. Does that sound familiar? But what
Yeah,
we're talking about here,
I remember people calling him that.
right? He was the boogeyman. Clean cut, wearing the white trunks every single time, sharp, knew a little bit of English, but so did Canelo, right? Benavidez has that same fear factor, bro. Now, what I'm trying to compare you to, bro, is when Canelo fought Triple G, he got the worst. I mean, I know it came out to a draw that first fight, but bro, Canelo won, whether you believed it or not. Not in the ring, even though you and I had an episode on that already. Go check it out. But Canelo's career catapulted straight to the moon, right? The famous stock market phrase, straight to the moon, after a controversial loss that everybody believed that he lost. How is that even possible? What I'm afraid of is that that's what's going to happen with Benavidez. Win or lose with Canelo, if he does get that fight, win or lose. And Canelo's like, all right, I'm done. Maybe fights 2 more years after that. Maybe Benavidez is going to look like what Triple G does after that first fight with Canelo, where he's still popular, but he's not pulling in over
Yeah.
100,000 pay-per-view views. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole network dedicated to Triple G. That was HBO. Remember that? And nobody really cared, even after Canelo. I'm afraid that no matter if Benavidez beats Canelo or not, right, even if it's an ass whooping or even a KO that a lot of people are predicting, I don't think that when they say, all right, Canelo's done, I think they're just going to move on. Like, I think we got the answer. And does Benavidez have that appeal to keep going? Obviously, Canelo did. That's what I'm trying to say.
He's not Canelo, bro. Canelo had a whole country behind him. You know what I'm saying? If you want, let's say it like this, then. Okay, so who's going to be the next face of boxing? More than likely, I know I'm probably going to get a lot of criticism over it, but it's usually when they got the Mexican crowd behind them.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? When they got the Mexican crowd behind them, because Mexico shows up for these fights. Dude, I don't see anybody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who?
Look,
ooh, I mean, let's go down the list here. Inoue? No, people already criticize him because he's too small.
Right.
Tank. Teal's already been hated. Haney's hated, bro. As much as all the stuff that Haney's done, bro. All the belts he's accumulated and vacated, and everybody. He don't duck nobody. That's why he's one of my top 3 pound for pound fighters. There is nobody right now, no Ryan, nobody that's even close to the way Canelo has ever started, bro. To be the face of boxing and marketing himself and taking those challenges.
This is where I'm going to go, bro. The only way Inoue gets it, in my opinion, is that they got to market it the same way as Pacquiao. I know this is stereotyping, as Pacquiao and Mayweather. Now, listen. Inoue, he's fighting at 122. Tank is a champ at 135, right? With Shakur Stevenson, which, by the way, they should be fighting each other. All the other belts in that division is open. I don't know what the hell is happening, but I think that's a Mayweather thing. But look, they got to market it like that. Spend the next 2 to 3 years. Inoue needs to fight more in America, beat the guys there. They're probably going to be mostly Mexican or Mexican-American boxers. Show that flash. He needs to cross over the next few years and work his way up. Now, this is where I'm going to get at. This is why I'm comparing the Pacquiao thing. I know that's an easy thing to do. But currently, he has 4 division world championships. Pacquiao had 8, right? If he moves up from 122
to 126.
126. If he beats Tapales, right? The Filipino guy, which is I can't wait for that. You know what I'm saying? If he beats Tapales there at the Super Bantam and unifies that division, then he goes up to 130 and fights Lamont. Who else is it? Roach. I think there's a vacancy on one of the belts as well. He goes there. I think that's an easy division that he could clean up. Right now, he is earning that respect. He's fighting American fighters at that point, maybe taking them out. I'm just saying this is if this is a perfect case scenario. Then he goes up to 135.
That's where
that area there. That's where the big money is. Maybe Tank can meet him at 130 or at a catch weight.
Shakur.
I don't know, dude. I think Shakur really, and of course Tank, really loves that 0 on their record, and they don't want to do nothing for it. I think that is the hype, and here's the caveat here. Even if it takes 2 to 3, maybe even 4 years for Inoue to gain the mass perfectly, like Ryan did. I love what Ryan did. I love the way he filled out perfectly. If Inoue builds himself up in 3 to 4 years from 122, 126, all the way to 135, bro, he's already
that's legendary status. Yeah,
he could fight. He could earn that 8th division title on par with Manny Pacquiao. and maybe control it. The problem is, and this might get a lot of heat too, is Mayweather will not let it happen. It's gonna drag out until Inoue gets so much weight on him and he's slowed down and where he's gonna get knocked down or see a flaw in him in his fights, and Mayweather's gonna be like, now we can fight Inoue.
Yeah.
And it might take 5, 6, 7. It took 7 years for us to see. Well, more years actually, but it took 7 years for us to see Mayweather versus Floyd. I guess Pacquiao. That can happen also, but I think that's the formula, the blueprint for boxing to find their next phase. I think Canelo would be done in those 3 to 4 years, and then here comes Inoue becoming that monster that he already is. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I agree, bro. I agree that if all that were to take place, where he just starts dominating division per division, by the time he gets to 130, he's already like a 6-division champion or something. I mean, if he fights somebody like Shakur, or even Loma, if Loma's still around in 2 years from now, at 135. I mean, yeah, I could see it, especially if he starts transitioning more here in America instead of Japan fights here in America, and getting marketed right, having the right people around him, interviews and start speaking more the language, because Canelo, he was already he had already crossed the boundary, but once he got into the English, bro, that's it, bro. That was it.
Once he started cussing, bro.
Yeah, once he started cussing, he was loved by many, bro. And
I think that was actually the moment that catapulted him. Once he started cussing, when he cussed out Boo Boo's dad.
You won the belt with nobody, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. Please get the fuck out of here, man.
Talk to my dad like that, bro. I'll fuck you up. Let's go. I just asked you a simple question. All right, what you gonna do? Fuck you.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck you, man.
Beat me. Come beat me. Come beat me, bro. Come beat me then.
Get the fuck out of here, because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker. A ver. Oh, look at this guy.
Next.
Hey, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Are you that tough? I don't want to. Alright, bro. Watch your mouth, bro. I just
Yeah. I see you outside. Yeah, man. Fucking.
Te vamos a sacar del hotel, cabrón.
That's a kid, man. That's a kid. Kid.
I think that was the moment that people were like, I love this guy and I hate this guy. But go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see it. I could see it if it all plays out like you say. You know what I mean? But it's just that with the problem we're having with today's boxers, and I like them all, bro. I love Tank. Haney, of course, Haney's doing what he has to do. Tio. Now I'm hearing that Manny Pacquiao wants to fight Josh Taylor. I don't want to see that. But anyways, and Shakur not taking bigger challenges. Forget about Shakur, bro. If he's not going to take challenges, man, take cuts. He didn't want to take a 25%. And Haney started from the very bottom, bro, when he took big time cuts and going all the way to Australia just to get the titles and defend them.
Right.
Anyways, I would love to see Haney, but I just know there's too much hate for him. If things plan out the way you say with Inoue, and he crosses over to American mainstream, I could see it happening maybe 5 years from now. He'll be the new Pacquiao.
Look, he beats Tapales right now at 122. He could go to 126. I think Vargas and Lopez and Robisi, I think those guys he could catch those guys, and then spend the next 2 years at a super feather fighting Lamont, Roach, Cordina. Those are winnable fights in my opinion. If he does that in America, but here's the problem. I don't think he cares to come to America, in my humble opinion. So, you have any final thoughts before we move on?
Look, it's once in a generation you get face of boxing like Mayweather, Canelo, Oscar De La Hoya, Mike Tyson. I mean, Manny Pacquiao, and I can go on and on and on and on and on. It's just that right now the boxing has it's not like what it used to be.
I agree.
And
I
it's
agree.
too much business and boxing and politics that we're not getting to see all the fights that we want. You know what I'm saying? We'll get a couple just to, satisfy the fans or whatever. But especially in the lightweights, bro, when it comes to Tank, Shakur, and other guys, bro, they need to fight each other, man.
I agree.
So right now I don't see anybody taking Canelo's crown. I can't give you an answer till maybe, sometime in the middle of next year and see what happens.
All right, my man. So we'll leave it at that. You have any final words for our viewers out there?
Yeah, I would just like to thank everybody that subscribed and liked and watched our videos. And if there's any, episodes or anything y'all want us to talk about, we'll do an episode on it, guys. So thank y'all.
Absolutely, guys. If you get a message from me, I am the Stick and Move podcast. You get a message from Sam, he is Stick and Move Sam. We're always trying to reply as fast and as soon as possible. And if we don't hit you guys, we apologize. Just keep commenting. Go ahead and share our channel. We're trying to grow and expand so we can pound out more episodes on a twice bi-weekly basis. And like I always like to say, guys, don't forget to stick and move, baby.
I am the greatest. I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick